All right, welcome back to the Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Column. Rich Walsh along with Andrew Fillipponi, and we're going to go right out to the phone lines. We got Russ out in Brookline. How you doing, Russ?
Good, gentlemen. A couple weeks ago, Ryan Clark made the comment that Matt Canada's offense goes side to side, a lot of jet sweeps. He said that's why they ran him out of Baton Rouge. They didn't like that kind of offense at all, and it was terrible. And he don't see the Steelers being helped at all by him being the offensive coordinator. What do you guys think?
Well, Pony, they didn't run him out of Pitt. In fact, Narduzzi tried to do everything he could to keep him here, and I still feel like inside the Pitt headquarters over there, they would have loved to have him as the offensive coordinator.
Well, why wouldn't they? They had the highest scoring offense in Pitt history. I think they scored 30 points in every single one of those games. He had good players, but he took them to great heights offensively. And then he went to LSU. He didn't cut the mustard, was gone after 1 year. Was so bad, in fact, that 2 years later he was completely out of college football and he was jobless. And I can't help but think Matt Canada, good coach, but the fact that he was at Maryland and recruited Mike Tomlin's son to play college football there probably further helped them develop a relationship with the Steelers head coach. But anyways, the Steelers offense needs to push the ball downfield. That was a problem last year. So many teams defensively got close to the line of scrimmage, put numbers in the box because they weren't afraid of Ben Roethlisberger holding onto the ball and throwing it downfield. And so that's not Matt Canada's MO. So I do wonder how this is going to work. Now, I liked that Canada's offense with all the motions and pre-snap stuff kept you on your toes defensively. You had to account for those things. But it didn't seem like Ben Roethlisberger liked that kind of thing. And so that's where the same dynamic we had with Roethlisberger and Todd Haley when he first was hired as offensive coordinator, you wonder if there's going to be a power struggle between those two guys early on.
You would have to think so. And, I was told by a pretty good source over on the South Side that if Matt Canada would have stayed at Pitt maybe a couple years, he would have been a head coach, maybe at a pretty good university right now, I would think. Everyone seems to think this guy is a really good coach. And if he would have stuck around at Pitt and didn't. But you know what? I can't blame him for taking a gamble on LSU. You can't blame him for that.
Well, they gave him a ton of money that he couldn't say no to.
And it was LSU, too.
It's a top 10 program. As they proved a couple of years ago, you can win a national championship there. But he failed miserably, and the guy that succeeded him ended up winning the national championship with Joe Burrow and getting a lot out of the guy and helping make him the number one pick in the draft. Look, I liked what Matt Canada did at Pitt, so I can't sit here or stand here and tell you that I think he's got bad offensive ideas or that he has poor offensive philosophy, and that from that perspective, the Steelers are in a bad spot with him. It's more about the idea that you have maybe an offensive coordinator that believes that you win one way and a quarterback who feels, no, I've been here for almost 2 decades. I've won 2 Super Bowls. I've never had a losing season. Let's do it my way. And it seems early on here that Ben Roethlisberger, wins that game of rock, paper, scissors between the two. And he's going to get what he wants. And my theory is that Matt Canada has a handshake deal with Mike Tomlin that basically says, hey, Matt, suck it up and make things work with Ben Roethlisberger. And if they don't, that's fine. We're not going to fire you because you're here to coach our next quarterback, whether that's Mason Rudolph, Dwayne Haskins, or somebody else.
All right, let's go out to our number one Cochran Go One Better Call tonight, and it's Mike in Oakland. What's up, buddy?
Hey,
What's going on, Rich? How you guys doing? Listen, just want to switch gears to the Pirates really quick, and I just want to mention this and get your thoughts. I know, Rich, I mentioned it on Sunday about Will Crowe getting yanked. Yesterday, Brewbauer gets yanked before 6 innings. Again, for no reason, in my opinion. Great pitch count, pitched well. And Shelton taxes the bullpen. Now, today, this guy Anderson gives up 6 runs, and he lets him pitch the whole 6 innings. I mean, if this wasn't, I feel like, I don't know if I'm on candid camera watching Derek Shelton manage. I don't know. This makes me really believe maybe a little bit he